All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're taking a look at a new blockchain called YemChain V2. Now, the source material we're drawing from claims this isn't just another crypto for speculation. No, it's apparently designed for a completely different reason. So what is that reason, and how is it all supposed to work? Let's get into it.
You know, when you hear the word crypto, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For most of us, it's trading, right? Wild price swings, a ton of hype, and maybe a little bit of chaos. But what if a digital currency was built for something else entirely? What if it was designed to be, well, almost boringly practical?
And that's the core idea behind the tech we're covering today. The source material is putting forward a blockchain built not for hitting it big on an exchange, but for simple, everyday use. It's a total flip of the script, moving away from a volatile asset and toward a straightforward tool for daily life.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll explore that idea of crypto beyond speculation. Then, we'll properly meet your everyday money. After that, we'll pop the hood to see how YemChain V2 actually works, figure out who it's meant to benefit, and finally, we'll look ahead to the future with something called YemPay.
Okay, first up, crypto beyond speculation. This is all about setting the stage and understanding why a new kind of digital currency might even be necessary in the first place.
So what's the proposed fix? Well, that brings us to the star of today's explainer, YemChain V2. And that name, Yem, stands for Your Everyday Money, which, well, it pretty much tells you everything you need to know about its mission. This phrase is more than just a name. It's the entire philosophy here. The creators are making it crystal clear. This is not a coin you just buy and hold, hoping it goes to the moon. It's designed from the ground up to be used for real-world payments, small transactions, and sending money around the globe.
Now, to make that everyday money idea a reality, the project has some very specific goals. They're focused on stability, apparently by tying its value standard to the Swiss franc. It's also built to be efficient and to protect user data. The big ambition here is to bridge that gap between complicated blockchain tech and our normal daily lives, making it usable for anyone, anywhere.
All right, so those are some pretty big promises, but how does the technology actually deliver on them? Let's take a look under the hood.
Okay, the first key thing to understand is that YemChain is a permissioned blockchain. Now, unlike Bitcoin, where anyone can join anonymously, a permissioned network means that all the participants are known. The source material presents this as a really crucial feature for security, for data protection, and, importantly, for meeting legal compliance rules. And this is where all that tech talk translates into real benefits for a user. For instance, it uses something called IBFT 2.0 consensus. The main thing to know there is no mining. That means it sidesteps the huge energy problem you see with other blockchains. It's also Ethereum compatible, which is a massive deal for developers since they can use tools they already know to build apps on it. And for the rest of us, the promise of near zero fees and a transparent public ledger directly tackles some of the biggest headaches of traditional crypto.
So, who is this actually for? I mean, the tech is one thing, but who's supposed to actually benefit from this Yem ecosystem out in the real world?
The project really seems to be targeting 4 different groups: regular consumers, businesses, developers, and, maybe most importantly, people who don't have access to traditional banks. Let's take a quick look at what's in it for each of them.
When you drill down, the benefits get pretty specific. For us as consumers, the big draw is sending money across borders without getting hit with huge bank fees. For businesses, it's a simple, traceable way to accept digital payments. For the unbanked, it could be a crucial gateway to the digital economy. And for developers, it's a modern, compliance-friendly sandbox to build the next generation of apps.
Now, the blockchain is live today, but that's not where the story ends. The project's roadmap points to a really big next step that's designed to bring this whole vision together.
The roadmap itself is pretty simple. YemChain V2 is already up and running right now. The next major milestone on the calendar is the planned launch of a payment system they're calling YemPay, set for August 2025.
So what is YemPay? Well, according to the source, it's the final piece of the puzzle. It's a payment system that's supposed to finally deliver on that everyday money promise, making it just as easy to pay with Yem as it is to tap your credit card, whether you're buying something online or at a physical store. So it all comes down to this contrast.
On one side, you've got the typical problems with mainstream crypto. Crazy volatility, high fees, and let's be honest, it's pretty complicated for new people. And on the other side, you have the vision that YM Chain is pitching: a stable value, practically no transaction fees, and a design that's completely focused on daily use.
All right, so to wrap it all up, YM Chain V2 is being positioned as a blockchain for the real world, not just for trading charts. Its whole foundation is built on security, low costs, and being easy to use, with the goal of helping everyone from you and me to big businesses. And the whole ecosystem is set to get a lot bigger, with YMPay just around the corner.
And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. In a world that's constantly chasing the next big price jump, could it be that a blockchain that's intentionally designed to be stable, practical, and maybe just a little bit boring is the one that actually ends up changing everything? It's a fascinating question to think about. Thanks for tuning in to The Explainer.